This chord progression literally took me less than 3 minutes to make. Now let me show you how I did that. Arguably, one of the hardest part of producing music has to be the chord progression or the songwriting part. Creating a chord progression is the bones of your song. If it sounds too amateur or too simple, it just won't work. Listeners will recognize that it sounds beginnerish and they won't listen. If you can't share a story or emotions through your chord progressions, people won't connect with it either. I know it can be a very daunting part, especially when you don't have knowledge in music theory, so this is why I took it upon myself to find a solution for you, and I am super happy to say that I did. This is why in this video I will be showing you the best songwriting app to create amazing and advanced chord progressions in just a few clicks. Let's go. Hey there, PLV here, and my mission on this channel is to help self-taught music producers like you learn music production at home on your own the fast and easy way. You will mostly see tutorial videos with sometimes some entertaining challenges, but one thing I really love to do as well is to make you discover some tools that can help you in your music production journey, and this is exactly what we're gonna do today. So the app that I'm talking about is called Tonaly, and I want to show you the 3 different aspects as to why you're gonna love this app. So first and foremost, it helps you create chord progressions, and if I open the app, this is how it looks like. Here you can see the chord progression that you are currently working on, and here you have the circle where you can select all the chords that you want. And what is great about it is that it's only the chords that are in the key. If you want to change key, you just have to rotate the circle, and that's it. Let's go to B, for example. Let's go to C sharp minor. This is really amazing. And now basically if I want to hear a chord, I just need to click on it. And this is how you can create your chord progression. So basically here, this is what we have if we play it. But let's say I want to replace this second chord by something else, let's say this. I just need to click on it, it replaces it, and that's it. That is honestly amazing. As you can see, the UI looks really cool. I really like the design, and for me it's always so important because this way I feel creative. So here you have your circle, the chord progression here. At the bottom here you have a few settings. So here you have the time signature that you can change. You can also change the instrument that it's gonna play back. So let's say I want a guitar, I can select it, I can have a bass, a ukulele, a violin, a cello. There's really a lot. Let's try the guitar for example. And as you can see as well right now, it shows you the chords completely live, even for the piano here as well. Which is amazing if you want to play the chord progression yourself. On the right side of it, you have the BPM, so you can select whatever BPM you want, or you can even use the tap button as well if you want to go with more of the feel. And then here is just the play and stop button. Over here on the left, you have more settings, so you can have like a playback count-in, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. You can have the metronome as well, you can play it on loop. You can choose your song mode if it's gonna be major, minor, or any other mode. Here you can select even more different instruments to play back. Over here you can select the volumes of everything, and there you can save or export your song, which I'm gonna talk about it later. On top of it here you can select the display settings. So for example, you can show the name of the chords or not. You can have the numerals, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the colors as well, which the blue is for minor chords and the green is for major chords. And the red over here is for diminished chords. So let's say we want to start a new song from scratch. You would just have to go into the menu over there and click new song. Now you can choose if your song is gonna be into a major or minor key or any other key, and believe me, they have a lot of them, a lot of different modes. And they also have a lot of templates that you can use to start a song. For me, I'm just gonna start with, let's say, a minor key. So here over there, the key that is highlighted is gonna be your main key. And then it's gonna choose the chords for you. So let's say I wanna go with B flat minor. I kind of like this one. So there you go, B flat minor. So now the circle is telling me that all the chords I can use are the first one here, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So those are all the chords that I can use to make my song. So to start building my song, I just need to start clicking on the first chord here and select the chord that I want. So I'm gonna start with the root note, then Let's say something like this. And now where it gets really interesting is that you can continue building your song with every single part of it. So as you can see here, I can see that I'm working on the verse, and then after I can keep building on the chorus. But for example, I can have breakdown, build up, and drop as well. You can add all of this part in here. You just have to click the plus button or to go here into the edit song structure. So let's do a song structure. So here I want to start with my verse, but I want to have like 8 bars, not just 4. So I'm gonna add the plus here. I'm gonna add 1 line, it's perfect. Then I'm gonna want a build up, like a pre-chorus before the chorus, so I can just click the plus here and add a new part. And here I can say it's a pre-chorus. Perfect. I'm just gonna have 4 bar over here, and then in the chorus I'd like to have 2. So I'm gonna add a line here, there you go. And right now I'm pretty happy with my first half of the song. So I'm gonna hit done. And I can start creating it with my chords. All you have to do from there is to click on the gray boxes, choose the chords that you want, and build your chord progression this way. I find this process to be super creative and fun, as I just need to listen and feel the chords. By double clicking on the chord, you can access the chord editing mode, where you can go further and use sustain or augmented chords instead, or even add the 7th, 9th, or 11th, which still allows you to go for more advanced chord progressions without necessarily having the music theory knowledge for it. So there you go, let's say this is the song that you're super happy with. Now you can just go ahead and save it. You can give it a name, Inspiration 1, there you go, save. And now it goes to your library of saved songs. Before I show you what I came up with, let me show you the second aspect of this app that I think is very cool. In addition of the chord progression builder, it has a whole learning and practicing section. First of all, as I was saying before, when it plays, you can see the chords on the piano. Which is awesome if you want to learn how to play those chords yourself on the piano. But it has a whole scale section over here. And basically on the side here, it just shows you all the notes in the key that you select. So for example, if you rotate the circle again, here it's gonna adapt and change the notes. Now if you click play, and if you go here and actually check out the piano, you can literally practice at the same time. Now over here, you can select a whole bunch of different modes of the scales, like I don't even know most of them, it's so many. But yeah, if you are into blues, into jazz, into, you know, other mode and scales like this, you can also learn through that. And the other thing that they have that is really cool is the popular songs. If you click on it here, you have a lot of popular songs on the side that you can choose from and that you can learn their chord progressions. So for example, let's go to I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. There you go, the whole song is loaded. And if you know the song, you'll recognize it. It's very recognizable. But yeah, it's super cool. Like you can really learn all the very famous song, like popular chord progressions, and you can draw inspiration or learn from it, which is amazing. Now, before I show you the last part about this app, which I think is the best feature of it, let me ask you your opinion. Do you think that we really need to learn music theory in order to be able to make beautiful chord progressions? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear. But as you can see, it might be easier than you think. So don't hesitate to check Tonaly with the first link in the description. So back to our chord progression, I changed the key to A and I did a few modifications, and one thing I wanted to say as well is, like, for example, in the pre-chorus as well, if you want to repeat the 4 chords, you can just click here, click one more, and it's gonna repeat twice. Now I just need to finish the chorus real quick. Alright, so why not? Let's say this is our chord progression for our whole song. Now it's nice, it sounds really good, but it's in the app, we can't really use it for now. Well, they have the option for you to export everything into MIDI. You just have to go to the top menu, hit export, click MIDI, rename it, or you can even just click on it and drag it into your Logic Pro or FL Studio or any other DAW. For example, there you go, import tempo, yes. There you go, you have your whole MIDI. Look at this. So now I literally have my whole song ready to go. I just need to start picking instruments for the chords and that's it, I can start to produce it. Seriously, like how cool is this feature? What's even cooler is that if you are into printing music sheets to perform your songs, you can even export it into a PDF lead sheet. You just have to go here to export and click the PDF lead sheet instead. You have different styles, you have even this one. You can really personalize it to make it work for you. And if it wasn't enough cool features, you can also share your song with a collaborator or anyone else that has the Tonaly app. You once again just go to export and click copy song link. To be honest, all of those features are making it really easy for us to go straight to the production side and not spend hours and hours on the chord progression and songwriting, which is exactly what I'm going to do next. After doing a couple more tweaks to our chord progression on the Tonaly app, I brought the MIDI to Logic Pro and started producing my song. The first thing I did was to humanize the MIDI, meaning that I added random velocity to each note and added subtle strumming to the chords. Then I started by selecting a couple piano sounds for my chords and added a pad and a respace from Serum to lay out the foundations of my song. If you know me and my music, you know that I love ambiances, so this is what I did next by adding a couple tonal ambiances and some organic atmospheres like people chatter and rain and thunder. While producing my song, I got the vibe of a very inspirational and cinematic song in the style of Loy, so I decided to go for some epic cinematic drums and effects, which ended up sounding like this. Now you might think that it almost sounds too good to be true, and I do have to let you know that it is unfortunately only available on Mac and iOS. You also have the app available on iPhone and they sync with the desktop app as well, so if you're outside of the studio, it's really easy for you to keep working on your song. I don't know if it will become available for Android and PC in the future. I really hope so, but if you have Mac or iOS, well, you're in luck. Now, if you want my honest opinion on this app, it really blew my mind as soon as I tried it. I really couldn't believe it. You can achieve a very professional, advanced results in just a few minutes, in just a few clicks, and I think it is a revolutionary tool for us to use. So once again, don't hesitate to check the Tonaly app with the link in the description, as I am sure it will help you produce more music. And speaking about producing more songs, you can watch this video next by clicking on the screen here, where I will show you exactly my plan and workflow to produce up to 1 song per week while having a full-time job or school. But in the meantime, keep learning and I'll see you in the next one.